Today we have a playful flow full of butterflies and rainbows. Rainbows symbolize a promise of hope and peace, which we'll be using today in our practice. Now let's start laying flat on our backs with our feet together, knees out wide. So our first butterfly of today's class, more than welcome to keep your hands down at your side. You can just rest them gently on your body. Maybe one's on your stomach and one is over your heart. Now, if you feel a little need to make this dynamic, you want to flutter those wings of your butterfly, you're more than welcome to bounce them around. Or if stillness is more your jam today, letting the knees fall out wide, taking a deep breath in and elongating the spine, just melting in with the floor. And then on the exhale, can you feel the knees drop further down? One more breath here. Now opening the eyes, bring the arms out wide and bring the knees together and tuck them into a little ball. Let's drop them over to the left. Be sure that you are keeping that right shoulder on the floor. Or hold this twist for just a breath. Now bringing the hands together, we're going to make our first rainbow of today's class. So drag that upper arm, should be your right hand, up and over the head, where we are making semicircles on the ground behind us, opening up wide through the chest and shoulders, and then clapping our hands back together and drawing one more rainbow on this side, really feeling the stretch in through the shoulder, and then inhale the knees back to center. Drop them over to the right. Let's hold this twist for just a breath. Take a deep inhale. And then bringing the hands together, let's draw those rainbows on the other side. Really feeling that shoulder stretch as it creates all those different angles. If you feel the need, there's a tight spot, sit on one spot for just a moment, feel that stretch, and then continue on your rainbow. Inhaling the knees back to center, drop the feet down toward the ground, and then bringing your hands down at your side as support. We're going to lift the bridge, trying to create our body into a shape sort of like a rainbow. So maybe not quite as round. Maybe not every rainbow looks exactly the same depending on your angle of it. Remember to lift with the front part of the body. We're lifting with the quads, the abs. You can squeeze with the glutes, but do not over squeeze. Don't want to compress that low back. One more inhale. And let's set it down. From here, let's straighten out the legs or bring the hands up overhead. And we're going to go over to the left side first. So the left hand should grab the right wrist, and we're going to shift those upper arms over to the left, feeling a stretch in through the upper side body. If you would like to make your body more like a rainbow, go ahead and cross that right foot over the left, sort of making an arch with our body here. And one more breath. Beautiful. Uncross the feet first, coming back to center, and then switching out the hands. So right hand grabs the left wrist, bringing the upper body over to the right. And then if you are wanting that extra stretch, add the lower body in. On those exhales, maybe feeling like you can stretch your fingertips just a little bit further over to the right, increasing the arc of your rainbow. And on the inhale, back to center, and let's grab the knees, roll out just a little bit here, trying to give the back a little bit of a massage before coming up into tabletop position. So hands are going to be right below the shoulders, knees below the hips, and we're going to take a deep inhale, you guessed it, for cat and cow. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, letting the tailbone lift. And then let's arch our back in the other direction. On the exhale, blow it away for cat, pushing the floor away, really arching in through the shoulders. Can you create that bow with your spine? And then on the inhale, let's drop into cow. And exhale, push the floor away one more time. From here, let's spin the right leg out, and we are going to make the left one straight. Now pretend you're holding a paintbrush in your hand here, and we are going to just draw some bows overhead. So drawing that rainbow up and over. And let's go ahead and make it one big circle. And in the opposite direction. Drawing those bows. Now can you hold it when your hand is up overhead, feeling that side body stretch? Really trying to lift the ribs up toward the ceiling. Beautiful. Now let's bring the knees together. And let's drop the right hand, still stretching over toward the left. Feeling that stretch in through the rib cage. And then to the other side, making sure when we have our hand up overhead, we have that pinky down toward the ceiling and thumbs up. Very good. Now let's do it on the opposite side, stretching that right leg out, bringing our hand down toward the other and starting our paintbrush rainbow up overhead. And then back to start. And in the opposite direction, stopping once your hand is up overhead one more time. Hold this for one more breath. Now I am going to come back to the top of my mat. You're welcome to continue your practice at the back of the mat if you would like. Let's find your tabletop position, push up into plank, making sure we have good form before pushing back into our first downward facing dog. I'm not sure that dogs can really enjoy rainbows just because they do have a different sense of sight than we do. I do wonder what they look at when they see one in the sky. Now let's inhale the right leg up and swing it on around for a nice hip opener before slowly dropping that right foot, lifting the right hand for a wild thing. Trying to push your tummy up toward the ceiling, really creating that arc with your body, looking like a rainbow, maybe feeling all of that hope and peace in your practice. Before coming down, hands meet, feet meet, downward facing dog. Let's get a nice reset here before lifting that left foot up, hip opener, holding for just a breath, and then setting that left foot down, flipping your dog for a wild thing. Now, hands back together, feet back together. I'm going to bring my right leg forward just so I can turn toward the center of the mat. My feet are going to be parallel towards the ends. And here we're going to do a little bit of a dynamic movement. So inhaling with one side, exhaling over to the other side. So inhale the right hand up overhead, bringing the left hand in towards kind of the opposite direction. And then on the next part of your breath, you're going to switch. So inhaling here and exhaling over to the other side. Now continue at your own pace of your breath. Just be sure that you are really reaching toward that side of the mat when you change your position. So right hand toward the back of the mat, and then left hand really reaching toward the front. Here we're continuing that side body stretch, just adding a little bit of fun movement with our breath. Let's do one more on each side before we find a nice seated position in the middle of our mats. Now you're welcome here that if a butterfly is too hard for you to hold, you can either add your blocks for a little bit of support on your knees. You can put one under your sitting bones to make it a little bit more comfortable for you. We're gonna find our last butterfly of class opening and closing with butterfly pose. Here, let's hold, make sure we've got our form. If you've got your blocks in place, bring those feet apart like you're sort of opening up a book to read under your beautiful rainbow. And then let's bring our chest down and toward our feet, really elongating the spine, feeling the energy through the crown of the head. And if you want to make this a little bit easier for you, you can just lengthen your wings out a little bit further or push your feet a little bit further away. You might notice that you get down toward the floor a little bit further. And then rising up, if you'd like, you can scoot your feet on back. We're just gonna sit here in butterfly pose for just a few more breaths before the end of class. You can return to your little flutter maybe you started with. If you would like, you can maybe just slowly open and close your wings here. I hope today's practice has brought you a little bit of peace, a little bit of joy, maybe even some hope in furthering a fun yoga practice. Now let's find some stillness with our legs, and you can just keep your hands resting on your legs anywhere that's comfortable, bringing your hands even to heart center. And you can close the eyes if you are ready. Let's find a little bit of stillness after our fun and joyful play. Yoga doesn't always have to be so serious. It doesn't always have to be about getting your deepest stretch. Just like in life, it doesn't always have to be so serious. Luckily, you can choose what you make of it, whether that be your yoga practice or your life. And every once in a while, it's nice to stop, just have a little fun. Rainbows are such a good reminder of peace and hope and the promise that comes with them. Hopefully you choose to incorporate a few more rainbow poses into your yoga practice. Focus on the breath for just a few more seconds. Take a deep inhale through the nose, really feel the ribs expanding. And exhale, blow all those worries away. One more breath together. Now open the eyes. Thank you for choosing today's butterfly and rainbow flow. May your yoga practice continue to thrive.